Hi, it's Roy again, and let me tell you the story of my first GameJam. So I signed up for a game making competition called GameJam. Imagine a showdown field, where game developers battle against time and each other to create the best game in just few days around a specific theme. The jam competition started with the theme Keep Moving Forward, which means I need to create a game in 1 week with this concept. Here is my idea. Like many familiar games, for example Geometry Dash, the player moves forward no matter what without the ability to go back. To make it unique, I gave the player a gun to shoot different buttons to disable different traps. What kind of traps? I started with a basic laser trap, which you need to disable before touching it. Touch that? Dead. Spikes. Touch that? Dead. Now, I thought to add one more trap with a more special concept. I present Fire Trap. What would be so special about it? Look, now you can roll and be protected from the fire, but it puts you at a disadvantage. While rolling you can't jump, which is a big problem in a game like mine. I built a training level, actually a few, and gave my friend to playtest while I kept working on new ideas and designs. To be honest, I was very proud of what I've got so far, and that was only the first day. I wish I could say that for the rest of the week. Just clarifying. The jam started on the weekend and lasted until the next weekend. On day 2, I decided to work on the design because I had the majority of the gameplay in my hand. I asked a close friend to give me some ideas for the designs and went with the ice cavey style. By the way, it fits perfectly the idea of rolling protection. Think about it. Rolling on snow, becoming a snowball, fire protection, you got me, I think. But it wasn't easy at all to create a design. Let me show you why. I designed the laser and the spikes, set a better particle for the fire, got rid of the placeholder I had on my computer, and created the nice lanterns. But the problem was with the walls and platforms. Tile maps are sort of blocks on a grid. You tell the software which block fits where, and then you can build the level very easily. Well, it is easy when you get a design, but here is where I struggled for the past 2 days. So, today is Tuesday. I'm not sure why it took me so long, but I started to stress out because I made kind of schedule that says I needed to already create the first from 5 levels. Happy Wednesday to everybody, except me, because of my new problem, which is much bigger than anything I could think of. The game is crashing. Let's get back a few hours. I built my first level, which was huge by the way. I have exported the game to give my friend to test the level and tell me what they think about the new design. But the game keeps crashing. The best guess was that the level is too big and it's too hard for the computer to generate everything at once. The solution? To separate the levels into rooms and generate room by room when the player gets close to the next room. Wow, I said a lot of room right now. And deleted the previous one. It was a huge time consuming for me, and to remind you, I don't have much time left with the idea of creating 5 levels. I won't build 4 more levels in 1 day, I can tell you that. So I decided to scrap the idea of levels and made one long level with checkpoints. On the last day I created music for the game and added some sound effects, made the main menu and submit! Now all we have to do is to wait for the results. Okay, let's see. But what? How? 171 out of 400? And there I remember what my friend told me. He said that the game is very hard, and it truly was, and it's just a game jam. People are not trying to actually get good at the game. They will spend a few minutes and leave it. This means probably nobody even saw the laser and the fire traps. And here's what I'm taking for my next game jam. Make it short and make sure people will see the mechanics early in the game. Because otherwise, your game is just a guy jumping around without the cool mechanics you have invented. I believe if I added the traps earlier on the level and made it a bit easier, I would get a much better score. You can try the game on itch.io, type Roy Hanig, and you probably see the game momentum there. Tell me what you think in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching, consider subscribe, and I'll see you next time.